Can you just repeat that?
Uh, the very last thing I said I think that some physicians would probably hesitate to make the conversion, uh, below a certain age. I don't know what age uh, people in this field feel comfortable making the switch, but I guess if it's too early, maybe they feel that the person, you know, may not truly understand everything. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of the question I have at hand. It says adolescents with gender dysphoria may benefit from cross sex hormone treatment as it allows the outward gender to conform to the experienced gender. However, cross sex hormone treatment is likely to render patients infertile, and the long term risk of such treatment are unknown. In addition, some adolescents who undergo cross sex hormone treatment eventually decide to revert to their natal gender. Given these considerations, how should lawmakers and medical professionals balance the present interest of children with gender dysphoria against their long term interest? I mean, some of the issues here, I guess, are consent and assent to care, but if there's some potential benefit from doing this at a younger age, I mean, I guess I would push for it to be done at a younger age. That way, they get the most out of the change. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think maybe the bottom line is that overall earlier the better, but you maybe would want to make sure that uh, there's as much understanding as possible, that and that the person has been evaluated as thoroughly as possible from a psychiatric point of view, whatever it might be. You know, uh, that you would make sure that if you can feel comfortable that the evaluation has been done properly and is correct, then
well, can anything prepare a man for the the psychological damage of having your penis removed? As much as you want to switch to another gender, I mean, won't you experience some phantom pains? Won't perhaps they're unaware of their innate paternal instinct to have children, and the removal of their penis might somehow cause them to have some sort of psychological damage where they have buyer's remorse, and they realize that as much as they want to switch genders, it was their assigned
yeah,
gender.
I mean, yeah, I think that's why this is such a difficult question and difficult treatment, and you know, it's not a simple thing. I mean, I don't know if there's any easy answers here,
And it's not
So,
something you deal with, right? You
no, no, um, years ago, I kind of made a commitment that I was not going to get involved in it, and that I felt from the get go that it was best done by people who were super specialized in this field and who had like multidisciplinary resources, that it was done as a team, that you had a center like that you had all aspects of the treatment panel present, like you have surgeons, endocrinologists, psychologists, that um, that you weren't like solo practitioners doing this. You were doing this as a team. That's how I felt it should be done. And since I wasn't part of the team, I didn't think I should have anything to do with it. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, two things. One, I believe
Yeah, I'm sorry if you have a lot of work, but I guess I just wanted a follow up question,
Oh,
and
I don't mind the question. I just didn't want to, prolong it any longer. I just want to, and so, I mean, do you think I answered it, or do you think there's anything else that you need to ask me?
well, I guess the question is basically in regards to thank you, Carmela, to hormone therapy. You're saying that early intervention it would benefit. Is there anything in the pipeline for genetic research? Something I had considered was like using fruit flies because they have double XY chromosome and somehow, like if somebody wanted to switch from.
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not aware of any kind of genetic manipulation. Um, but things like that are starting to be done, where certain illnesses are being treated at the genetic level. So, I guess that might be something possible in the future,
See,
maybe.
see, for me, it's like an ethical thing. I didn't want to play God because I don't know the consequences of doing something like this. You might have some sort of intention, but there might be some unknown variables of changing someone's genetics like this. Um,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think this is one of the more complicated, uh, you know, medical manipulations that can be done. I mean, it probably goes beyond like things like heart transplants or something like that, which perhaps can be
mm,
difficult, but maybe just you get a point, reach a point where there's maybe no other options. So here it's not so simple. So
you just reminded me. I have another discussion question I was doing, and I was considering, organ transplant, and like this week is bioethical dilemmas for like children consenting to clinical trials and donating organs and doing sex change and stuff. And I guess there was a case where a couple of children could have donated bone marrow, but they were only like 3 years old, and it was for a relative, and the mother didn't agree to it. So, uh, I just forgot to include that in my last discussion, but it was like 900 words, my last thing. So, anyway, I'll let you get back to work. I thank you
sure.
for your time.
Okay. Good luck with your report there. Okay. Talk to you later. Okay.
Thanks.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so when I was mentioning, like, when I was studying for the MCAT, basically I got to the point where I said, I'm just going to sit for the MCAT. They're changing the MCAT. I'll see what topics they are testing on. And they tested on some genetic engineering. And I said, like, I don't want to play God. This is not something I want to get involved with. But later on, I came across some study with fruit flies, and I got the idea of building uh, chromosomes using kilobase pairs from fruit flies and then working your way up to the size of humans. So you would splice it and then somehow like go to C. elegans and whatever the next step would be. And you could either knock out the extra X and make an XY, or you can knock out the Y and make XX, because fruit flies have double XY chromosomes. Here's my position on sex change, and I hope to not offend anybody, but I know it must be psychologically damaging to be in a body that you feel is not your own. But myself, I would not want to engage in relationships with someone who is cross gender because I want children. And if you are if you have had a sex change, you are most likely not going to be able to birth a child unless, future research really leads to change it where you are basically the equivalent of someone who is that gender at birth. So that's my objection to it. Um, I think there is going to be, whatever. I don't want to get too much into it. My father, he deals with some hormone therapy. I know that he has some women who have like beards and stuff, and they want to go on some hormonal therapy. Um, but I don't think he really works with children. Did he say that? Did he say that over the phone? Like most of his patient base is older, and I think he actually doesn't work with children. I should know this, but it's just one of those things that's kind of slipped my mind. I used to work a little bit in my father's office, basically like secretary work. I used to type up his dictations, and I used to do some filing there. And then I visit his office frequently, or I used to.